Elon Musk is single-handedly shaping the future of humanity. Known for his grand plans, Musk has recently announced that he's planning to build a futuristic city in Boca Chica, Texas, which will become the base for launching the Mars colonization missions. Announcing the star-based city, Musk tweeted, "From thence to Mars, and hence to stars." Since then, Musk has been working behind the scenes to make this happen. But doesn't SpaceX already have a base in Boca Chica? Well, yes, they do. But the current state of this base just won't be adequate for the big plans Musk has for the company. Boca Chica is an area on the eastern portion of Cameron County, at the far south of the U.S. state of Texas along the Gulf Coast. The area extends approximately 40 kilometers east of the city of Brownsville. Boca Chica is an unincorporated small community with roughly 40 houses. There are no shops, restaurants, and they don't even have their own water system. Water has to be trucked in from Cameron County and stored in large outdoor tanks. SpaceX arrived in Boca Chica in 2014 and have developed a Starship construction and testing site, as well as a control center. The construction site occupies a large part of the Boca Chica village, and it's also used as a land-based testing site for the Raptor engines. The control center and space launch area is a couple miles outside the village near the Mudflats. The Boca Chica division of SpaceX currently employs between 500 and 1,000 employees, most of whom come to Boca Chica on short-term, fly-in, fly-out contracts. The influx of these employees swells the population up, but most of these employees live on site. So far, the Boca Chica site was only being used for testing the Starship. The initial tests have been successful, and now SpaceX is eyeing up orbital tests. After the orbital tests, it'll need to carry out manned tests. SpaceX aims to send the first Starship to Mars by 2024 in an unmanned mission. If it's to achieve this target, then it needs to exponentially expand its current base of operations. But in order to achieve this, SpaceX needs the surrounding area to be highly developed so that it can have supply chains as close to the base as possible. This will help to reduce the time and cost of its current operation. But with Boca Chica being an unincorporated town, it's simply not possible. This is why Boca Chica needs to be converted into a legally incorporated town that can support the expansion of operations for future space missions. And not just operations, if you're going to expand a city, you better do it properly. Elon Musk aims to transform the small town into a futuristic spaceport that will see regular space launches for the Moon, Mars, and beyond. It will be a city that will produce future astronauts and attract tourists from all over the world who want to witness the gateway of humanity to the stars. So, why Boca Chica? Well, firstly, Boca Chica is in Texas, and Elon Musk is in the process of shifting most of his business and personal assets to Texas from California. Why is he doing this? Well, Musk didn't like the impact on business due to the forced closures during the pandemic in California. Musk has simply had it with the laws of California, which is the main driving force behind his decision to move. In Texas, he has to pay lower personal tax, and the state government is very generous towards him for creating so many employment opportunities. Musk is building a Tesla Gigafactory in Texas. The Boring Company is hiring in Austin, and there are multiple rocket production and testing sites throughout the state as well. Musk is simply taken a liking to Texas. Who knows? Maybe Musk is simply trying to trace the footsteps of Dr. Sheldon Cooper. Anyway, he's also auctioned off most of his homes in California and is currently living in a $50,000 rented apartment on SpaceX premises. This is exciting stuff because from all the evidence we've seen, it looks like Musk has entered into a hyper-focused state for the Mars missions. According to CNBC, Musk sent an internal mail to SpaceX employees to consider the Starship as the priority of the company now. So, Boca Chica is like an empty canvas right now, and Elon Musk can use this empty canvas to create the futuristic star-based city that he's envisioned. Creating a futuristic city on Earth is also going to give SpaceX the much-needed experience of building a small city, which they can then use to replicate when they build their future bases on the Moon. Of course, Earth and Mars are not quite the same, but the schematics of creating a city and a small settlement on Mars are going to be similar. But how will he build this city? It's one thing to announce a futuristic city and another thing entirely to actually build it. Incorporating Boca Chica into Starbase City is going to be a process riddled with challenges for the legal team of SpaceX. Commenting on the announcement of Elon Musk, The county judge has stated that representatives of SpaceX have made a soft inquiry about the process to incorporating the town, but the process will have a lot of obstacles and legal hurdles before it can be finalized. A lot will depend on the state law of Texas, which is going to become a headache for the legal team of SpaceX soon. But the inhabitants of the area will also have a major say in it. According to state law, the residents will get to vote on whether they want to be incorporated into Starbase City or not. And if we look at the general response from the people in the area of Brownsville, then we can see that the people are happy and excited about this idea. As per the Wall Street Journal, SpaceX will have to make sure that at least 200 people live in the area, and then the majority of those people would need to support the incorporation. Presently, roughly 40 families live in Boca Chica, and the rest are SpaceX employees on temporary contracts. That's why, in a tweet set out on the 30th of March, Elon Musk appealed to the public to move to the South Padre Greater Brownsville area. SpaceX has already put out thousands of job openings, with over 100 job openings based in Brownsville for technicians, engineers, project managers, and even baristas. The lack of numbers is the least of their worries right now. There's another major problem that SpaceX faces. As SpaceX started testing the Raptor engines and then the Starship itself, tourists started flocking to the town to see these test flights, and this led to an increase in tourism in the area. While this has been good for the local economy, environmentalists in the area have not been happy with the recent expansion in the activity of SpaceX. The mudflats around Boca Chica are a home for plovers and red knots. Representatives of the Coastal Bend Bays and Estuaries program says that due to the constant noise of construction work near the mudflats and the increased presence of people, the birds have started to avoid migrating to the area around Boca Chica. The original permission for using the launch site in Boca Chica back in 2014 was for the Falcon 9 rocket, which is much smaller than the Starship, which is a mammoth spacecraft by any reckoning. Falcon 9 launches do not create much of a disturbance, but with Starship launches, the whole community has to be warned for any possible accidents during pre-flight fueling and the actual launch day. One such accident did happen on March 30th this year. Starship 11 exploded during a failed landing in foggy conditions. The explosion happened as the Starship was mid-air, and the debris from the Starship explosion fell in a radius of about 6 miles from the residents' homes. This created a hazard for the people living in the area. However, Musk was quick to do damage control. Within minutes of the Starship explosion, Musk announced to donate $30 million to Cameron County and the city of Brownsville for schools and downtown revitalization. Musk then met the mayor of Brownsville and told him that anytime you have progress, there's nothing that does not come with some downside, but one day you're going to read in the history books that a man left Brownsville and went to Mars. So, while certain groups of the society have their concerns, Musk has proven with his words and actions that he wants to put the town on the world map. He's willing to invest as much as possible for this, which is probably a sign that Musk is going to get his way as far as legalities are concerned. Now, the part you've all been waiting for. What will the city look like? Musk and SpaceX have already started acquiring property from local residents to expand the existing control station and Starship build site. In fact, some reports have stated that he's been buying resident homes for 3 times their current value. The city is expected to be fully sustained with possibly its own administrative setup, although it's too early to speak on that. Since it will be futuristic, we can expect Starbase to be modeled after Neom. Musk is, after all, good friends with Mohammed bin Salman. It's safe to assume that Starbase will have an AI-powered infrastructure. It will most likely be fully sustainable with a lot of Teslas and Cybertrucks rolling around. It's certainly going to be compatible with cryptocurrencies, Doge in particular. The Starbase city will have everything that a normal city needs, and since it's also poised to be the first spaceport for mankind, it's likely that the city will become a hub for people who work in the aerospace industry. Could you imagine a city full of astronauts and scientists? On top of everything, SpaceX is also drilling for oil in the nearby flats. There's hope that if SpaceX finds deposits of oil, it'll be used for jet fuel, which will significantly reduce the cost of purchase and transportation. People already flock to the area whenever there's a scheduled launch. As the Starship mission gets closer and closer to its launch, the tourism will increase, and ultimately, the fully built Starbase city is going to be a unique place to visit because so far, no other country on Earth has the plan to create a city like it. What do you think? Will Musk be able to pull this off? And if he can, could you see yourself visiting this awesome city? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our latest releases. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.